Happy Thursday. So let's talk a little bit, shall we? So as the world turns and energies are changing and information's coming in and stuff is going out, we don't need to get all caught up in who's saying what about what, because everything is just information. It's just information to give us enough of how we may resonate with some and discard the rest. But it's just a way to navigate through the world. It's just another form of communication. So we don't need to get caught up in, does one person have more and has encapsulated more of what resonates with you, therefore they're holding the truth, and who doesn't? Because none of that really matters right now as the pendulum continues to swing. So the energies are going to do what they're going to do, regardless of who's bringing in more, who's taking away more, who's doing the trickery, who's falsely, prophetically putting things out. None of that matters. The more that you get in tune with the me, myself, and I of thyself, the more your informational truth meter will feed you different notes within the frequencies of the information, and it will let you know a little quicker if something is actually been tainted or distorted, or it has more resonance of what your inner guidance system has been working with you to understand. Because the more and more that we are developing and involved in our evolvement, we're shedding off the layers of debris. So we're getting more into the authentic embodiment of the soul. And so you're bringing what's been taught that's outside of you, and you're bringing it more inside of you, and you're letting that be your sundial, is what I'm hearing. That lets you know where in the universe everything is and where you are and how the world turns, because your inner positioning system is like a moving sundial. And so that's the divine source from within you. Now, with these energies, some of the things that I'm seeing personally through myself, through clients, and through friends, it has really triggered the darkness within each individual person. So they may flip night and day within the same minute. So there's this polar opposite of self. So it's showing you its multitude of faces, masks, and masquerades as that individual person is sifting through and learning to purge some of these final things that need to let go. So I was saying to someone this morning, it's like you can see someone's true self and constitution when they first wake up and they're half asleep. Are they grumpy SOBs? When somebody drinks alcohol and their personality changes, do they become like a wet deputy dog where they're just all over everybody? Or are they so you're seeing a lot of the true constitutions of others come out around you. And if you're just enough aware of it, you won't allow yourself to get sucked into it or battle it or hand out a little more of the FU cards, because you're giving yourself permission to get on the slip and slide of bullshit with them. You've done your work enough that your inner GPS is telling you, warning, warning, step back. Someone's purging and merging. I really don't want the brown stuff all over me, especially when it's their shit. It doesn't belong to me, so I'll let them work through it. I need to stay over here and stay clean and dry and shit free and work on my own stuff. Because sometimes cohabitating shit just makes the pile bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you can't decipher whose shit it really is. So, as the shit storms and the world turns, find your place in it to be the strongest pivoting anchor, and yet you're fixed. You're not going to let the winds blow you over, but you're going to have enough movement with it that you don't break, just like tall buildings. So we're seeing a lot of that within other people. So just observe it and just step back. Gets to the point where you're around some of these people and in close proximity, relationship, in houses, etc., where you've seen this behavior be displayed before. And so you're going to let them ride it out. And you honestly don't want an apology because you're just over it. You know, they're responsible for controlling their energies. And it's what I've always said. It's harmful when you throw your inability to deal onto someone else. That's wrong. So then another conversation with someone else is, Sandy, I've been working on my boundaries and finding my fifth chakra and opening it up and finding so much love and joy. And she's in customer service. And just really just letting people do their thing. But I won't be a punching bag. I won't be abused by some of these customers whose orders are not correct, and so on and so forth. And I said, let me ask you a question. If somebody reached over the counter, punched you, or threw a cup of coffee on you, or tripped you, or caused physical harm, would you allow that? No, I would not. Why? Because it's unlawful? Because there's legal repercussions to those actions? Sure. But I also just wouldn't allow it. Then why would you allow emotional and energetic abuse? Because it's just like a punch. So those are boundaries that have to be worked on right now as well. So one of the tips that I said, she's, okay, well, the next time it happens, I'll say, clearly you're mad and upset, and clearly I can't resolve it for you. Would you like to see a manager? I said, somebody may train you to say that. If it were me in those shoes, I would put my finger up and I would say, hold on just a moment. Clearly, you are upset. Let me get the manager. And pivot and walk away. And let the manager, who's being paid more money than you, to step into your place, into your shoes, and field what that is. Because those managers have training with customer service. Let them start using it. And if they haven't had training, they're going to learn it on the job real quick. Because reviews and comments and Yelps will occur, and someone above that manager isn't going to appreciate the way something was not handled. So you don't need to say a whole lot of stuff and command your space and command your boundaries. You can simply say, clearly you are upset. Let me get a manager. And you just turn around. You don't need to say, that's fine, sir. I know that you're upset, but you don't have to abuse me. Because what are you doing? You're victimizing yourself, and then you're engaging in this behavior. Some people may respond to that like, oh, I am so sorry. They may not respond to that till they get to the car. Could be a couple days later and say, oh, my behavior was atrocious. Would they come back in and find you and apologize? Not many people will do that. But in the meantime, you wallow for a few days in the midst of being treated unfairly. So this is a collective energy that is hitting the cores of many of us, along with many other triggers. It's not necessarily so important, I'm hearing, to sift through and discover the actual root of it, because you've been on this earth plane a long time. So it could be a core wound that's happened repeatedly, and you could look at it as just this lifetime. It could be a trigger that, if you don't want to believe in past life, that's okay. Since I do past life regression, I had my own sessions in the 90s. I was absolutely blown away by how it helped me understand my now. So I became a believer through my own steps through it. So anywho, this could just be a trigger that's happening to you in this lifetime. So we're going to also be seeing patterns of triggers that are occurring because our divine soul is saying, time to wring it all out. It's just time to wring the washcloth, the sponge, the old clothes, the old programming, the old frequencies that aren't going to serve you moving forward. Let's just get that out. So again, if you look at every single thing as a lesson and how you go through the lesson, are you 100% successful? Are you 95%? Are you 84.3? Are you freaking below 50? It doesn't matter. The same trigger is going to keep coming back until you fully release it. And you can simply douse it with, I love myself and I forgive. I'm human and I'm learning. And in this lifetime, I came here to release all the stuff from myself and the collective that no longer serve. But it starts with me, the oneness of me, in the oneness of the you in the universe, as the world turns. So do the lessons and the energies. Okay? It's all here. So look at it as like, yeah, final power washing. Yeah, let's go. Oh, this feels sludgy. You know? And it's also going to have that revolving door. It's like, oh, I made progress. Oh, here we go again. Oh, I made progress. Here we go again. Oh, I made some progress. Here we go again. Till you get out of the revolving door and you're like, oh, dear God. Whew. I need to realign. Okay, I need to get back in that revolving door and I need to work on all of that. Yeah, you want to get back in it. So you want to allow yourself to stop, drop, sit, become aware, understand your independent individual positioning system, work on your dials and see where you're holding all of it. See where you're holding all of it. See where you're holding all of it. And give yourself time. Please show yourselves. Please release. Let me know. It could be through my sleep state. Allow yourself to take those deep breathing. In through the nose, to the count of 4 or 5, out to the count of 6, 7, and 8, in through the nose, 4, 5, and 6, out through the mouth, 1 through 8. Let it go. Let it go. And the more that you elevate and step onto a different platform, you're then going to recognize a different symphony of frequencies, of lessons, visions, deja vus, whatever. It's all going to start showing yourselves each platform that you step on, each elevation, each evolution that you go on by being involved and setting your deliberate intent that that's the mission you're on. Yeah, you got a job. Yeah, you got to pay bills. Yeah, you got to have attention to this relationship and that relationship. But the most important relationship you have is to this. And paying attention to this, literally, my friends, cuts the cords to your lineage DNA. Even if they're already born. You are dissolving that. You're saying, I will not have that as a cross they're going to bear. I'm going to work on that myself. So if somebody in your family suffers addictions, ask yourself, where am I? Where do I have addictional things? Where do I maybe have control issues, OCD issues? Maybe where do I have lackadaisy? Where do I maybe have this? And you begin to work on these things yourself. And you will release them for your literal DNA lineage. And you can go back generations if you choose to. And cut the cords with them as well, because they're there working with you. You can visualize 4 or 5 grandmothers, grandfathers back. And then you can go on to your own lineage, current siblings and parents, and then you can go on down within children you've given birth to or adopted or whatever, pets, plants, whatever it may be, and you can help to release it within them so that they're looking at a more authentic part of them and that they're not doing the transmutation for you, but it starts with you. The responsibility starts with you, and you've got to hold yourself accountable by allowing yourself time. Okay, let me look at my day. I know for a fact I can take 15-minute longer bath or shower, or I'm going to stay outside a little bit longer. I honestly don't need to take this phone call. You know what? I'm off at 5 or 6. I'm leaving my office behind. I'm closing my computer. I'm going to need some love time. Maybe I want to sit on the floor and just love my children and my pets. Maybe I just want to talk and love my plants. Maybe I want to give great thanks to the walls that house me, to the clothes and the fabric that keeps me warm and insulated and protected. Whatever it may be, put yourself in a place where you're allowing yourself to do whatever it is that you need to do in these sacred moments of evolving to you. Every day, you get a do-over. And you get better, better, and better at it. I promise you. If you need some help, you know where to find me. So much love, everyone. So much divine love. Walk with that divinity. Become twinsies with all of it. Okay? I'll see you on the next video. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Bye.